Hi everyone, Adam here, and this is the 8th tutorial on how to program Python. In this video, we'll learn about lists. Lists are things, or variables that contain a list of items. So let's open up Python shell and make a new window. Okay, so to define a list, you use the same way you define a variable. So let's say my list equals, and then a list is in square brackets, so that is an empty list. Lists can contain any type of variables. They can contain strings, integers, floats. They can even contain other lists. So let's make a list that says string, and then a comma, 12, comma, and 90.4. No. Okay, so that is our list. Let's print that list out. Print my list and run it. It'll ask us to save. Let's save it. Save it as lists.py. Okay, and that's gonna run. And it prints out the value of that list, which is, and it prints it out in square brackets, and it prints out whatever's in it. If you don't want to print that list with the square brackets and the commas and everything, because that looks unprofessional, you use a for loop, which we learned about a couple of videos ago. So you say for I in my list. So that's for everything in that list, print I and then a comma, and the comma makes a space. So let's run that. There, string 12 and 90.4. Okay, so to find an item in the list, you use indices or indexes. The way you do that is you say print my list, and then use a square bracket of 0, and then a space, my list of 1, space, my list of 2. And since this list has 3 items in it, it only goes up to 2 because lists, the list indexes, they start at 0. So let's run that. And it's the same output as using a for loop. You can also slice a list. Slicing is where you print only part of the list. So let's say make another part of it and say hello, and then we will print my list of, and then let's print the second half of the list. So to do that, you use 1, and then a colon. Oh, sorry. 2, and then a colon. It includes the first number. So 0, this is the 0th, and then the first, and then, or 0th, and then the index 1, index 2, and then colon means everything to the end of that list. So that runs, and then it prints out the second half of that list. You can also do it from the beginning, so you could say everything up to 2, so you put the colon first, and that would print the first half. You can also make a copy of a list if you want to change the original list. So you could say new list equals my list of that, and you could say print new list, and then you could also do okay, so you could say list copy equals my list, and then you just put a colon there, and that makes a copy of the list and assigns it to that variable, list copy, but it doesn't alter my list at all. So you could do that, and so it prints, it printed new list, and then you could say print list copy, and it makes a copy of that list. There are also functions that you can use with lists, built-in functions. So let's say word list equals, and we'll make a list that says I can eat food. So that list has 4 items in it. And then we could say word list dot append quickly. What append does is it adds whatever is in these parentheses to the end of the list. Then we can, so let's print word list now, and then let's print word list again after we append quickly. I can eat food, and I can eat food quickly. You can also use extend, and what extend does is it appends a lot of items, or more than one item. So you could say quickly, and I don't know, and fast. I don't know. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay, so extend has to be in a list, like this. So you put it in a list, and it actually appends that list to the first list. So now it says I can eat food, and then it says I can eat food quickly and fast. So with extend, you have to put those extra words, you have to put them in a square brackets so that it makes a list. And you can also use the pop, word list dot pop, and you see how this little tag right here, it says list dot pop, and then index equals yields the item, and it removes item. It removes the item and assigns it to a variable. So you could say word equals wordlist dot pop index 3. Let's run that. Oh, sorry. Okay. Then we could say print word list again, and then print word. So that's the original one. I can eat food. And then after we do the pop function, it removes the food word from it, and it assigns it to a variable called called word. And then so the list is now I can eat, and the variable word is now food. You can also do the function remove. Sorry, word list dot remove. I forgot to tell you to define to use function, or not to define, to use functions that are built in by Python. You use the period to use that function for a variable or for something. So you use the dot notation so that it's first the variable, and then the function is on the right side. Okay, so remove, and then this is l.remove value, and that says remove first occurrence of value. So we can say I can eat food, eat, and you could say remove eat, and then you can print word list again. And let's run that. Now it says I can eat food, eat, and then it removes the first instance of food, of eat. So now it just says I can food, eat.